Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to wait just a few more minutes to make sure everybody can jump into the webinar, and then we'll get started. Okay, let's get started. My name's Aubrey. I'm with Distributor Central, and for today's supplier co-hosted series, we are excited to have StickerYou. We have Mitchell and Guy today to give us a StickerYou 101 and then give us an idea of how to make some better margins selling their items overall. We're super excited to hear what they have to say. But before we get started, we're going to be able to ask any questions today in that questions panel on the GoToWebinar panel. I will see those questions. We're going to facilitate those questions as they come in during the webinar. Feel free to ask those as we go. I'll also be sending you guys a recording of the webinar today afterwards. So if you guys have anything that you want to go back and get a refresher on, you'll get a recording of the webinar itself overall. Okay, are you ready to go, Mitchell?
Yep, we're good to go. Awesome. Okay, guys. Glad that everybody joined the webinar today. We got a lot of stuff to cover. My name's Mitchell, and I have Guy here as well, who is part of our sales team.
Hello, everyone.
Me and Guy will be splitting up the presentation. I'll probably take over the first half, and then I'll take over the second half. And we're going to kind of go over a bunch of stuff about StickerYou and PromoteDYou, our new promo-focused only brand. And you'll kind of learn everything kind of A to Z, our pricing, how to get free samples, some of our popular products, and so on. So without further ado, I'll get started. Let me see here. There we go. This is kind of just the overview of what we'll be talking about: why StickerYou, servicing and production times, pricing structure, our product line highlights, and the many industries that we work with, and then finally PromoteDYou. So why do people work with StickerYou, and what makes us unique and different? With years of experience in e-commerce and custom printing, StickerYou has developed a proprietary technology that essentially enables us to provide you guys with products that can range in any size, any shape, and any quantity of any of our stickers. So the whole philosophy is just customization without limitations. In the image below, you'll kind of see an idea how we're able to batch orders together and create a multitude of different types of products. So we're able to conserve the amount of material we use, and also make it a bit more eco-friendly as well. So these are some of the most common questions that we get. I know a lot of people are struggling with turnaround times and supply chain issues. We've been quite fortunate over the last year or so that we've been unaffected for the most part. All of our manufacturing is done here in Canada. And we keep a large inventory of material. So we've actually stayed steady with this 4 to 6 day turnaround and an available 3-day rush throughout the pandemic, and now as well. We ship out of Buffalo for all of our U.S. orders, and then from Toronto for all international and Canadian orders. We have an in-house art team that can help you with edits, proofs, virtuals, and more. So if you need help, pitching to a client, or creating a proof, or maybe adjusting the resolution of your design, that's something we can help out with at no charge. And then we also have a dedicated account team, which Guy is on, and they're specifically there for product consultation, questions, quoting, and kind of just to take you through the process of ordering with a bit more of service. This is also a very key point in the presentation. The pricing structure, it's kind of important to understand the difference between who we are and how we compare ourselves to our competitors. What you'll find with most of our competitors is that they tend to charge for setups, dyes, and color. This is somewhere where we really are different from most of the sticker suppliers in the promo space. We offer 15 to 50% off of MSRP. We don't charge for setup fees, we don't charge for color, and we don't charge for dyes. So on average, you're getting around 150% savings per sticker compared to most of our competitors. And it really kind of makes it a bit more of a economical and customizable solution, because you're not restrained by the amount of colors you use or the amount of angles in your design. So like kind of gone are the days where you have to just use a circle sticker or a square sticker. The whole idea is that we want you to be as as customizable as possible and really kind of use the design to the maximum capacity. Let me just go to the next slide here. This is also something that we've seen within the last year that's been quite popular, the whole e-store program that most distributors are hosting for their end users. We'd like to say that this is, and our StickerYou or Promoted You pairs very well with the kind of e-store program. And the reason why I say this is that we're able to produce our products at very, very low minimums. So if one of your end users hops onto their store and they want to just order one sticker, that's something they can do. And one thing I always mention to reps is that with high frequency of low order volume, you can end up making really, really good margins that way, as opposed to having to order 1,000 stickers once every 2-3 months. There's kind of an opportunity for some revenue in this kind of e-store fulfillment process. And this is kind of just an example that we worked with Amazon. They had a bunch of distribution warehouses. They wanted their employees to be rewarded when they met certain quotas. They set up an e-store for them, and many of them went onto the e-store, bought one or a couple stickers that represented their specific distribution location, and we fulfilled them and shipped it right to the end buyer, with quantities ranging from 1 to 100. This is also really important. There's kind of two ways we like to guide people to figure out how to get a quote and order. The first way is Promoted You. One thing I would want just to clarify for everyone, Promoted You is a brand that we are eventually completely shifting to within our promo and reseller space. We've been known as StickerYou for quite some time, but we really want to differentiate ourselves from our direct channel. And we wanted to make sure that there wasn't any crossover or confusion. So this is something that we are going to be doing over the next year, is kind of separating the two brands, and then also having this full capabilities of being a fully functional websites for promo and resellers, which is Promoted You. And the whole point is, to be served as used as a sales tool and to get quotes and to place orders. Really 24/7. So the ordering is coming soon for the Promoted You. But the second way to place a quote or place an order is to work with a promo product expert. This is when you're working with Guy. He kind of guides you through the whole process. So you get a chance to receive a detailed quote straight to your inbox. You can have access to our art services, unlock custom sizes and materials that may not be available on the site. And then it's kind of perfect for product consultation, application relevancy, and trend input. So we have a lot of the time people are coming to Guy and they're like, I have these, I have this university and I'm not sure what type of sticker to use, right? And kind of Guy's there to just kind of take you through that process, and our sales reps are there to kind of be used as a consultation, because the sticker industry as a whole is sometimes very confusing with the types of materials, the terminology, the verbiage. So we try our best to make it as seamless as possible. One thing I just want to go back to here is Promoted You. These are just kind of the four key features of Promoted You. The instant quoting process. So you literally type in your product, your size, and the quantity, and you can get a quote right then and there. And then you have access to marketing materials that you can share with your clients. These are all unbranded. You can also go on there to request free samples, download our catalog, and then there's also live chat support there as well. So overall, the result of what we offer is that we enable sales reps, distributors to rarely say no. So if they want a crazy size, crazy shape, tons of colors, multiple different artworks, this is kind of the opportunity where we offer it to you with no added costs. We have a dedicated promo experts to help you with their consultation, and then we have the marketing technology and innovation to provide virtuals, presentations, flyers, all these things that help you during the sales process. And then I will move to this slide, and I think Guy is going to take it off to kind of go through our product line overview, and we'll just kind of give you a highlight of most of our popular products, some of our specs, and so on.
Cool, yeah, let's do it. So now I'm gonna talk to you all about our products mostly. So we divide them in 4 main categories. So those are stickers and labels, decals, wearables, and also some adhesive alternatives. I always like to say that sometimes people call decals what we call stickers or labels. And in the end, as long as we know exactly how we're gonna use the item, if it's for handing them out, if it's to put them on a box, if it's a large size that goes on a wall, as long as we know those details, that will always help suggest what's the sticker that will work best for you. So for our sticker and label formats, we have 4 right now, and those are die cut, kiss cut, pages, and rows. I think some people still sometimes confuse die cuts and kiss cuts, so I always like to touch on these 2. So a die cut, as you can see in the picture, it is a sticker that's fully cut through the shape, but it can be any shape. You can have a square or a circle and still call it a die cut as long as it's fully cut. While a kiss cut can also be any shape, so it can be a custom shape or a simpler shape. But the main difference is that the kiss cut will come on an individual sheet that will be a square or a rectangle. There's an example here for the Mind Market. Let's say your client wants to make a kiss cut and there's some extra space on the sheet that ends up not being used. It's also nice to know that you can actually use the surrounding of the sticker in case you want to add an additional logo or just the text. You can make a nice sticker and just write under it, use this sticker for your laptop or something like this. So it is a nice option that you can add like an extra layer of information on the sticker too. We have the pages. They can be different sizes. Of course, we can do the usual 8.5 by 11, but we're seeing a big trend with smaller sizes like 4 by 6 and 5 by 7. We've been seeing like a good increase, and lots of different industries are doing those. It's still a small product, but it can offer you a bunch of different shapes and stickers, so it can become something fun that adds the value there. So it's definitely something that's growing a lot. And we also have rows. Of course, the rows are They will make sense depending on how your client is going to use the rolls. If it's supposed to be handed out at an event, maybe it's not the best idea. But let's say your client will apply them to boxes or use them like at a restaurant or something like this, it might be the right solution. And especially for very large quantities, normally the rolls are also cheaper. So there is that added value that you're going to pay a little bit less if it's the right format for you, because not always the roll is what your client is looking for. Cool. So for our die cut stickers, we have a few different materials. So first one is the white vinyl. White vinyl, the die cut stickers on white vinyl, I would say it's our best seller right now. People really like the idea of having like a custom shaped sticker that you can see as soon as you like look at the sticker from a distance, you already see it's something different. It's a different shape. And all our die cuts, they're also laminated, so they feel thicker. They have a nice texture. They will be like the premium sticker right now. A lot of people, once they see and they touch our die cut stickers on white vinyl, they really like and they keep ordering the same item because they really like the quality. It is waterproof, sun resistant. It can go on the dishwasher, the microwave. We have a removable or a permanent adhesive as well, and it has a very nice durability of around 5 years. We have clear vinyl. So this is a product we started last year. So just like you see in the picture, you can add the transparency. So it kind of gives you some nice visuals there. We also have holographic or glitter. Those ones would be a bit more for a client that wants something a bit more different there. We do have a minimum order of 25. It's still pretty low MOQ for those two. And they're all waterproof. They're all UV coated, so they're sun resistant. They can go to the dishwasher. And depending on the item, for example, the clear vinyl, we're going to have it in a standard removable adhesive, while holographic and glitter will be permanent adhesive only.
Guy, I have a couple questions if you want to stop for one moment, and I'll ask them so you can get through those. I have a question about iron-on or stickers that can be applied to backpacks or clothing. Do you guys offer any of those types of products?
Yes, we do. We do have iron-ons. I think that they're coming up, and we do have different iron-ons in both white or clear material.
Okay. And then can rolls have a white backing?
Yes, we have the rolls both on clear and white material right now.
Okay. And then a question if you guys have reflective stickers.
We do have them. It's not a material we would say we carry all the time because it's a bit different the way it's printed on those. So normally when we have something a bit different, what I would ask, I would need more information like how many colors, how is the artwork. I will get all the details to be able to see and quote the specific project.
Okay. And then on your UV coating, what is the UV coating? Is it over laminated?
For the die cut singles, yeah, and the other ones, like the kiss cut singles, the material already comes with the UV coating, and it can have either a glossy or matte finishing, and both finishes will have the coating.
Awesome. Okay, I think that covers the question so far.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
And keep the questions coming. We like to have as many questions as we can because there's always a lot of stuff and a lot of specs about these products. So yeah, take it away, Guy.
Okay, nice. So for our raw materials, we have some materials here. So we have the paper with a glossy lamination. It is a product that's also sun resistant. It has a permanent adhesive. We have BOP in both clear and white. So BOP comes from the polypropylene, so it's more of a plasticky material. We do have it in white and in clear. And we do have a permanent adhesive. They're sun resistant, water resistant as well. And we have the option for the white BOP to be in both glossy or matte finish. The one with matte finish, we call it writable BOP, mostly because it makes it very easy to write on it with different materials. So it's depending if it's for an event, you're going to write name. You can even use it as a name badge. So it's going to be, it's a different option, but it makes it easier to write on them. And also here we only have 4 materials for the rolls, which would be our main materials, but we also have gold foil, we have silver foil. And as I mentioned before, like if you ever want something new or something different you might not be seeing on our website, That doesn't mean we can't do. We'll just have to check exactly all the specs to be able to confirm to you if we can do it, what are the limitations, and what is the price.
A couple more questions. What does BOPP stand for?
So Bob, it's biaxially oriented polypropylene. So basically, it's they get the polypropylene and they stretch it in 2 directions. I don't know all the details right there, but I know it comes from that. But it's basically polypropylene, and it's stretched, and we use it for labeling.
It's an alternative to vinyl, where vinyl might be a bit more expensive, and where you see them in our stickers. Our rolls tend to be more are all polypropylene based, so they're more meant for permanent solutions, if that helps.
Okay. Yeah, and we have a couple more. Can you print with white ink to back up colored inks on clear material?
Yes, we can. We normally white plate them, so we can use and leave it white as well, so that wouldn't be an issue. We can print basically any color on our clear materials, both for singles or rows.
Okay. And do you do numbering on any kinds of labels?
Yes, we do. Yeah, correct. As long as we have the numbering, even if it's not just consecutive numbering, if it's variable data or something a bit different, we'll always let you know how we need the information to be organized, so we're able to do it on our end.
Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Awesome. Cool. So now for decals, basically what we call decal on our end would be anything larger than a page size. And we do have some materials here that we can bake those in. So we have the wall and window WV, so white vinyl, so they can work well for both wall and windows. We do also have the clear vinyl that can also be applied wall and window. We do have a floor decal as well. It's a bit different. The material has this different lamination that will make it more durable, as people will be walking on top of it or not. And we also have some variations for very specific cases. Let's say you need something to go outside for the street that needs like a very strong adhesive or whatnot. We can also do those. As I mentioned, as long as we know how they are going to be used, that helps us select the best material. So we can suggest what makes more sense. And then we also have vinyl lettering and graphics. So just how you see in the pictures, those are the ones that virtually they have no background. So the whole artwork will be cut out, and you can apply it, and then you remove the transfer sheet, like in the picture, the hand is taking the transfer sheet out, and you have just exactly the artwork without any clear or any other color background around it. So those will be mainly our decals options, and we also have the adhesive alternatives. So go back.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
So those are they're not necessarily adhesive. So we do have the static clings that will work mostly on glass. We have white and clear. They can come on pages or as singles, and we can also do very large sizes with those. And we also have magnets. Our magnets, we have a 20 and 30 mil thickness of magnet. And so the way we call it the fridge magnet and the car magnet. So the thicker one we will call car magnet because it needs to be a bit stronger. And it's just the same thing with these items as we are talking about all the other items. They can be any shape, they can be any color. We can do as low as 1 if needed. So even on those larger size items, we can still continue with our philosophy of trying to make as much customizable as possible. Cool. And for the another category, we have wearables as well. So we do have tattoos. So the tattoos are that one that you normally see that you apply with just a little bit of water, and it's gonna stay for a few days. Again, we can also do them on pages or singles. We do have the standard one, like you see in the picture, but we also have some more metallic tattoos, glitter tattoos, and we can also do tattoos with white ink. We have badges as well. So the badges, they are on a styrene material. So it's a thick and hard material. And the back has a magnetic backing. So it is actually a magnet. So you don't need to pierce holes on your clothes to put the badge on. So it makes it easier. And the iron-ons, I mentioned before, we do have the white and we also have clear iron-ons right now. For white iron-ons, they can come on pages or singles, and the clear iron-ons will come on pages only, and we can print any colors for those. We also ship them with all the instructions and all the material you need to be able to apply it without any issues. And we also have patches, the last picture on the slide. So we do have, I would say our most common patch is the printed patch. So we have a canvas material, we print on the canvas, and there's a marrow edge that's added around it. But we also can do more specialty patches in a sense, like embroidered. As long as we have the artwork, I can check if it's possible or not. But the printed patch is the one we sell the most. It is a good price. It is, of course, cheaper than having an embroidered patch. We have that nice marrow edge around it that gives it almost like a handmade look in a sense. So it brings the best of both worlds with a nice price.
Okay, I have a few more questions if you want to pause, or if you want to go through a few more slides, we can accumulate a few more, whatever you prefer.
I think let's do it. Yeah, Mitchell, if anything, you help me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what are your turnaround times?
So it will be normally 4 to 6 business days. That will be our standard turnaround time. If it's a very large quantity, we might need some extra time. And we try to do rush if possible for up to 3 days. And of course, as long as you let us know what's the timeline needed, we'll always be very upfront if we can or cannot do it. We'll never like promise things we cannot deliver.
Okay. Do you have sample kits available?
Yes, we do. The website that Mitchell showed a bit before, it's called StickerYou. So that there's one place that you can actually ask for a sample book. In case you need any specific samples, you can also email us with more details and we can help with that.
Okay. When you do vinyl lettering for signs, does it come, I'm not sure, does it come weeded, or do I have to do it? Mitchell, do you know what he's asking there?
Yeah, number. When you do vinyl lettering for signs, does it come weeded, or do I have to? Oh yeah, so it comes on. You essentially have to. It comes already weeded, like
Mm-hmm.
the matrix has already been removed. So it just comes. The only thing that you get is the actual sticker that you need. So it just has to be applied, and then you peel off the masking, and then it's kind of hard to explain, but yes, it does come weeded. So you don't have to do that part, which is, I know, very time consuming. I hope that answered your question, Bob.
And then any important information that they should know regarding the static clings?
Oh yeah, we have
Yes.
the asterisk just because it won't work on any surface. It's not like a sticker that's very versatile. Mostly static links will work on glass. So if not the right surface, it might not apply well. It won't stay because it needs the static to stay on where you apply it.
Gotcha. Okay. And then what's the lifetime of the iron-ons that you guys have?
So we say normally it will stay on from 25 to 30 washes. So that will be like the ideal time, and it might start fading after that.
Okay. What about floor decals?
So we do have
Stickers
floor decals, and we do have some different materials as well. So we have one that's more suitable for indoors, and we also have one that we call a street decal that has like an extra lamination and a permanent adhesive. So we do have mostly 2 materials that we use for those, and they can go up to very large sizes, like 48 by 48 inches. And yeah, we can do as low as 1, and we can also cut them into any shape.
Awesome.
And one thing I will say about just like the life expectancy of like the iron-ons and the floor decals, we've seen them last many years, in some cases 10 plus years for floor decals and iron-ons. It just really depends on, you know, how, like Guy mentioned, how much it's being washed, how it's being washed, the temperature obviously matters. Like if you're also even drying at a very high temperature, that could even make a difference. But it does the job for quite a long time, and we've had a floor decal in our offices for over 10 years, and it's still standing up to the test of time. So we like to take pride in the life expectancy of our products and the quality.
Got some great questions coming in on these. I think that covers what I have so far, though.
Okay. How are we doing for time? Can we keep going, or we?
Yep, you're good.
Okay. Guy, do you want to just finish up this slide and then I'll go into the next one, or do you have another question?
No, yeah, we can go with those ones. So those are the new products that were recently introduced at StickerYou. So we started making yard signs as well. So those are in Coroplast. I always find it interesting that it's actually the same printer that prints stickers and cut stickers works with those two. And that's why we can also keep the low minimums and the idea of being able to do any color and any shape. And we also have the stakes. So if you need the stakes as well, we can sell them separately too. We started making packing pouches with labels last year. So we actually get the packing pouches in different materials and sizes. And we do print the labels in-house. And we have a machine that applies the labels on each packing pouch. It's 100 minimum order. It's a great idea for like smaller, medium-sized businesses that need a packaging solution that's actually cheap. And it works well, and we have all the materials we have for the label. So the gold foil, the clear, the white pop, they can be used on different finishes for the pouches as well. We can also do poly bag stickers. So this is more if you want a retail ready solution. So we can have them shipping inside the bag already ready to retail. We have a higher MOQ mostly because of the actual pouches that need to be printed and all the details there. And we can also do bundles. So let's say you have more stickers that you want per pouch. We can also do that. And the last new product that we introduced last year will be the eco-safe labels. So the main difference here is that the label itself is a paper material, and it also has a paper lamination, which makes the label recyclable. So it's more of a eco-safe solution in case, depending on how you're going to use it, let's say it's already a whole sustainable story, it's nice to be able to say that even the label you're using is recyclable.
Okay. And lastly, there's just a couple slides left to go. I just want to further reinforce the idea that our products are really outfitted for any industry. So the whole idea is that there's not one industry more than the other that it works better in. It really can work anywhere, whether it's healthcare, construction, or hospitality. Whether you use magnets or roll labels or kiss cut singles, it really has the diversity of any industry and any application. We've highlighted a couple here that we've seen, the most demand in. We definitely see a lot in charities and not-for-profits, like I mentioned, construction, industrial, hotels. A big new one is like retail travel stores, like national parks and stuff like that. And one thing I also want to mention is any of these images we can offer to you, especially if you have a client in that industry. It helps as a visual aid when you're pitching to them. So if you ever need any of these images in their presentation, just reach out to us and then we can give them to you, or they'll also be on promotedyou.com. And then these are some of the other industries: retail, education, company branding. I would say that education is our largest end user industry or market. This has been really, really big for us for quite some time. I would say sticker pages and die cut singles are quite synonymous with education in the sense of they like to have a bunch of different stickers on one page. They like to use it for, for their clubs, their sports teams, and a bunch of stuff. And then we have the company branding and retail, and other more complementary industries for our products. And lastly, we have our most popular use cases. Guy, do you want to go through this one?
Yeah, sure. So laptop stickers is something that people ask a lot, and this works with many different industries like tech, college, universities, swag for trade show or for events. They're not only, of course, can be used on laptops. The adhesive is removable, super versatile. They can go in many different surfaces. And the moment you don't want the adhesive anymore and you remove it, it's not going to leave any residue behind. So that's another selling point there. For water bottles as well, same thing. We have different end users and industries that are using those. And because our white vinyl is also dishwasher safe, it makes it even easier to use this material, as you can put in your water bottle. It goes through the dishwasher. Once you don't want the adhesive or you want a new one, you can just remove it and it's not going to leave residue or anything behind. And also we saw a lot of kitting, especially like end of the year. A lot of companies will do swag boxes, will send to employees or to the best clients. And there's for like corporate gifting, holiday gifts, loyalty programs, and there's a lot of different items that we can use, starting from a label that can goes outside the box just to brand your box in a way, to the stickers that go inside, like some nice die cut singles in custom shapes, some sticker pages that can have different stickers in one item only. Maybe you can use the packing pouches to put something different or an additional gift that goes to everyone. So there's even us, while we see the requests, we learn and we get new ideas as well on all the things we can do with kitting.
So that's pretty much it for the presentation. One thing I always like to tell people, you know, there's a couple kind of steps to get involved with our brand and get yourself familiar with the products. The first thing I would say is create the account on promoteyou.com. That gives you the capability of seeing your promo pricing. And then I would just go ahead and request some free samples. And then lastly, you know, we offer an additional 15% off for self promo. So if you want to try some of our products on your own brand, that's something we strongly encourage you to do. It's one thing to see the products in our presentation. It's a whole other thing to see it and touch and feel it and test it out. I think once you have it in your hand, it really speaks for itself. I'm not sure if we have any extra questions. So I'll pull up the question box.
And just one thing, Mitchell, I think it's also nice to comment, because sometimes I like to always say, like on promoteyou.com, you notice even when you log into the website, if you go to the quote calculator, you'll be able to see it from the first time you access the website. But I think it's important to know you only actually gonna see net pricing, so promo pricing, once you log in. So in case you don't log in, you'll actually be looking at suggested retail. So always double check if you're logged in on the website to make sure you're looking at actually the right pricing for you.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a few questions here. Some of them might be better off on one-on-one.
Okay.
Like to look at projects. We had some questions about who they would work with for the Boundless Network. I don't know if you want to. We'll basically be sending all of the questions over to you so you can follow up individually on any of these. So if there's any that you see here you want to answer now, you can go ahead and answer them.
Sure, yeah. Where was the earliest one, the one that we start off at?
We had somebody asking about if you could use a heat set press. I'm not sure what the.
Where's that one?
I think for the iron-ons, they ask if we have instructions for heat set. Do you know that, Mitchell?
Well, sorry, the question is, are you allowed to use a heat press?
Let me find it here because I just lost it as well. Sorry.
Sure. What was the question other than
heat set press? Well, I can tell you that our iron-ons are for like commercial heat presses and iron-ons, so they're outfitted for both. I believe we actually, in the instructions, we actually give the temperature, or suggested temperature, so you don't damage the product. I think that might answer the question. And then in regards to the what was the other one here? Boundless. I believe Guy actually might be the rep for Boundless. Guy, is it you or is it Michael?
No, it's Michael, actually, Michael,
Okay.
yeah.
So we do have a rep for Boundless. I would have to check if we have special pricing with you guys. I have a feeling we do because we might be a preferred vendor. But we can reach out to you, Eliza, after the presentation. Okay, if you had a park zoo, what could you recommend for users, Susan? You know, maybe some of these I'll address after. I would say in regards to this one, this is quite easy for this question here. Sid, I would say 50% of our products are removable, meaning they're easily come off without any residue, and the rest are permanent. The permanent ones still come off. It's just they're a lot more difficult to get off and they leave a residue. The only reason why people suggest permanent over adhesive or over removable adhesive is because it's for packaging and they don't really want it to come off as easily. So like handouts, like sticker handouts for promotional items, we typically refer them to our removable stickers, and for packaging solutions, it's usually for rolls. I will send this presentation later. Sure, you're not going to answer this question. I don't know which is the question. Aubrey, we get the okay. Aubrey, we get the emails of later after this because I might want to just follow up with people after the presentation.
Yeah, I'll send you all the questions and who asked them so you can follow with each of them if you like.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I think that's it. If Aubrey, do you want to just go through the Distributor Central stuff now?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you guys. I never would have thought the sticker side of things could be so involved. So this is kind of an eye opener for me, especially with all the questions. And we really appreciate you guys doing the webinar today. Most of the distributors on this webinar might already know, but Distributor Central is a free service for distributors, and it's provided by the suppliers like StickerYou that list their products in our system. Within Distributor Central, you can do keyword searches, create presentations, create websites that feature these products, and then sell those products and use DC even for order management if you need a service to do that. Overall, if you have any questions about Distributor Central, or if you are not a member and you'd like to learn more, you can reach out to us at info@distributorcentral.com, or give us a call at 888-516-7401. And as I mentioned, we will send the recording of this webinar out to everybody. We will make sure that Mitchell and Guy get these questions. So if there's any follow-up needed, they will follow up with you after today. But we really appreciate everybody's attendance. Thank you so much, Mitchell and Guy. But if that's all that you guys have, I think that concludes today's webinar.
Yep, that's. I think we're all good. I just wanted to say thanks again, guys, for listening. And if you have any questions, just feel free to reach out, or if you already asked your question, we'll probably reach out to you.
Awesome. Well, thank everyone for your time today. Have a good afternoon. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.